Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today I'm reviewing another episode of Batman the Animated Series and I hope you enjoy. Episode 3, Nothing to Fear, the first appearance of Scarecrow on the show. If you didn't know, Scarecrow is my favorite Batman villain and personally, this is my favorite episode I've reviewed so far, and I think it's the best of the first 3 episodes. So I was seeing an article about this episode also from TV AV Club, and I'm going to quote what it said because what they say is perfect. The first 3 episodes of Batman the Animated Series can be viewed as a trilogy, giving a premiere of the Batman mythos by using the 3 villains with the strongest thematic connections to the character. Man-Bat takes the Bat persona to the extreme. The Joker is the crazy, the yin to Batman's cool, calculating yang, and the Scarecrow's main weapon is the same as our heroes, fear. Hideous mutations of Batman's core values, these villains reveal the depth of Bruce Wayne's humanity, detective genius, and honor-bound duty. Each episode also unveils a different element of the core supporting cast, with the pilot introducing Alfred and the Gotham PD, the second bringing in the Boy Wonder, and Nothing to Fear, featuring the first appearance of the 2 characters most integral to Batman's development, Thomas and Martha Wayne. Alright, so that could have been a bit long, but now into the episode itself. I love this episode, and think it is one of the greatest of the first season. It may not have the great hit of an introduction to about the Scarecrow. This episode is to mostly show us who Batman is and what drives him. Personally, I wish this was more Scarecrow action in it, but seeing as it is the 3rd episode, it makes sense. In the episode, there's a new supervillain in town, the Scarecrow, and he has been attacking the university for weeks. It starts with Bruce Wayne riding an elevator with Summer Gleason and Dr. Long. Here, Long confronts Bruce, telling him that he is a disgrace to his parents' legacy. Personally, I don't see that. In the show, he isn't like a playboy billionaire bachelor. He even says that Wayne Industries is more profitable than ever. He's not just someone who parties all the time, he's always a businessman, and it was like that in the comics starting off also. I think this is what the show first thought of Bruce Wayne to seem like to everyone, to cover up even more the secret that he's Batman. Then, we see another attack happening at the moment. The Scarecrow's back, and he sprays the guard with his iconic fear toxin, making him imagine that there's spiders all over him, causing him to cower from the fear. The first lines the Scarecrow says explain how the fear toxin works, and a funny line where he has to explain to his henchmen what arachnophobia is. Then he calls him a dim-witted dropout. Personally, I love this. It doesn't have the Scarecrow seem as much of a threat right now as, say, Joker or Penguin, even though I feel like he is in the comics. It's like the fear toxin is the only thing that makes him a powerful foe to fight Batman, which is sort of like that in the comics also. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see a Scarecrow like in the Arkham games, and a story about him when he doesn't use his fear toxin, absolute terror here. It's his first appearance with Batman, and he's working with 2 thugs that seem to humanize the Scarecrow even more, instead of just some crazy force of nature like the Joker. I always did like how Scarecrow only cares about revenge, and his henchmen only care about the money. Anyway, Batman shows up and beats Scarecrow's henchmen pretty easily, but Scarecrow shoots him with the syringe filled with fear toxin, since Batman is wearing a gas mask, causing Batman to hallucinate his greatest fear, his failure. And what a coincidence, he just had Dr. Long bring that fear back up to the surface in the elevator. This scene does seem pretty silly now, but it does show Batman's fear of failing his parents well. I like how after Scarecrow gives his iconic I am the terror of Gotham, I am the Scarecrow speech, Batman just gives none and walks toward him and tells him to give up. For the rest of the episode, Batman deals with the fear toxin effects and I enjoy it. The TV yelling at him is a standout moment when Summer is speaking to him directly. When he overcomes and he says his iconic I am Batman line. This is the first time he said it in the series and one of the last things he says in the entire episode. So we learn when the Scarecrow heads back to his hideout that he is actually Dr. Jonathan Crane. He was fired from the university from Dr. Long because of performing dangerous fear experiments. Now he wants revenge on the place that fired him and calls him a lunatic. I don't really like this origin compared to the comics. Though here, they do say that Scarecrow has loved fear since he was a kid, and has always been fascinated by it by torturing people and animals alike. Later, the Scarecrow attacks the university once again, this time stealing all their charity funds, and makes Dr. Long think he's dying of oldness. Batman goes after the Scarecrow, and this is one of my favorite final fights in the series. Scarecrow gasses everyone and then makes them believe Batman is a monster to help him get away. Then Batman grapples to the side of the blimp, overcomes his fear, and crashes through the window while kicking over Crane. Boom, baby! Then Scarecrow escapes in his biplane. Batman follows him back to his hideout where Crane gets hit with his own fear toxin, and we're shown his greatest fear, bats, which is really iconic if you ask me, or ironic. Harvey Bullock, like always, thinks Batman and Scarecrow are working together, but there's a funny scene at the end where Bullock beats Gordon his badge, and that's true, and he looks up, to which Gordon replies, "Your badge, huh?" So let's talk about the Scarecrow's design. I don't like it. I like the ones they use in the future episodes, but here, he looks like a normal guy without his mask, just in a red shirt. His eye slits and hat, and I guess little stitches around his face, make him look like a Scarecrow or cool, but the only thing that could be Scarecrow-y about him is that the Scarecrow in this episode can't fight well, so he resorts to using his fear gun to fight Batman. It's cool here. In fact, it's the only scare-themed weapon he uses in this episode. I may have trashed the Scarecrow a bit, but the episode still deserves a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. I love the Scarecrow. Having him in any Batman episode has me like it more. The relationship exploring of the Wayne family is interesting, and it ties into the plot well. And personally, I don't think the look of Scarecrow here is really that god-awful. Anyway, please tell me what your thoughts are down below, and like and subscribe for more. Bye guys, and have a good day.